Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Revue Starlight episode 11. I believe this is the penultimate one. I think there's 12 episodes, not 13. So yeah, this is the penultimate episode. If you don't count the recap movie, the movie, and the 3 OVAs, which we will be watching, so rest assured that's something I am absolutely planning on doing. Maybe not so much the recap movie. I think the recap I'll either watch on my spare time and maybe make a video talking about my impressions, or maybe it's gonna be something I live stream. That could be fun. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna have to finish this season, the OVAs first, then we can talk about the movies. But let us first talk about the previous episode 10. Because holy fucking shit, what a roller coaster of emotions, what a roller coaster of thinking you know where it's going, but it's not really going there, and haha, you thought it's gonna go that way, but haha, no, it's not gonna go that way after all. All the build up. Yeah, there was a lot of build up when it comes to Hikari's and Karen's past and trust, right? All the scenes with them giving each other their hairpins and all that stuff. In hindsight, a lot of that was Karen preparing Hikari, the other way around. Hikari preparing Karen for the incoming betrayal, because, I mean, let's call it what it is. She was preparing Karen to go through the same thing that she went through, where she lost a Revue, she lost her spark, she lost her Glimmer, and then it was only the promise that they made that kept her going and allowed her to regain that Glimmer. She no longer has a sword, now it's merely a dagger, but it's still something, and it still can shine very brightly, as we were proven time and again. So I have a sneaking suspicion it might go this way. Another thing that I suspect is perhaps the betrayal came because Karen doesn't know what the deal is, right? Karen was ready to make a willy-nilly wish, essentially, because she doesn't know the consequences, she doesn't know the repercussions. She would make a wish like, I want to be the best, and I want Hikari to also be the best, and I want both of us to be the best. And it would sub the Glimmer out of everybody around. And would Karen know of it? Would Karen suspect? Would Karen beat herself over it? We don't know that. But I'm assuming Hikari wanted to win. She had to win because she knows the stakes, and perhaps she wants to somehow bypass all that stuff. Maybe she wants to say, hey, my wish is that so nobody ever loses Glimmer again. Or maybe, hey, sure, I won, but I don't want to take anybody's Glimmer. Or, something like that, because she knows what the deal is, and that's why she had to win. Why did she not tell Karen of it? I don't know. Near the beginning, there was some rule, I think, that they shouldn't be talking about Revue outside of Revue. They shouldn't be talking about it at school and whatnot, but it's not like they ever kept to that rule. They were discussing Revue pretty frequently and without any repercussions, so I'm not sure what the deal is. Maybe Hikari just wants to take the brunt of it on herself, become a martyr essentially, reject her love, reject her friends, reject everything she stands for, to make sure that nobody ever has to suffer as she did, or, some other misguided attempt of the sort. I don't know. I don't know. One thing I do know is that Maya and Claudine were fucking robbed. They deserved that win. Don't tell me they didn't. They fully deserved that win. And you know what? They won in my heart. That's also what matters. That's also what matters. To me, Maya and Claudine are the real winners. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as the intro goes. So I'm just gonna give you your subs, myself, my sound, and do I need to move my camera? I think I need to nudge it just a little bit up. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Fully framed now. And the third S is support, as usual. I should remind you that you can support my channel on Discord. No, you can't support my channel on Discord, but you can join it. You can support me on Patreon, link in the description. For $10 you get early access to Revue, Starlight, and Symphogear. And for even $1 you get also a place role on my Discord and stuff like that. Or you can just share my videos around. That's also a form of support that I truly, really appreciate. Word of mouth is the best marketing. Yeah, the word of mouth is the best marketing. I don't know what I wanted to say next, but that was enough. So, with all that said, we can start watching Revue Starlight, episode 11. Episode 11, indeed, with subs by Ripple, as usual, and we can do that in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Back to where we left off, Karen falling without her cape. Unexpected enough for you, you fucking elder god? Hikari? Okay, yeah, I thought so. She doesn't want to take anybody's Glimmer. Yeah. Got him right. Isn't that the most unexpected stage? That's a big ass tiara. Meanwhile, Karen is casually drowning. Hmm. The simple interpretation would be that Hikari rejected Glimmer of everybody else. And she says that her ability, her Glimmer, is enough to give a performance, to give the best show, the most unexpected stage of destiny and whatnot. That's the easy interpretation. And I don't know if they're gonna go for easy here. Because it can also be interpreted as Karen taking the brunt of everything onto herself. Not Karen, Hikari. Taking the brunt of whatever is to come onto herself. What is it that she takes the brunt of? I've absolutely no clue. But reading between the lines a little, it seems like it will be on her to provide as much Glimmer as 9 people otherwise would. I don't know, I don't know. Let's see where it goes. All is quiet, all is silent. Oh, Hikari withdrew? And she just announced it publicly? Stamped by a fucking giraffe, of course. Of course there's a giraffe stamp. No clue. Yeah. Do they remember what happened during the review? Nobody seems to have mentioned it yet. Learning English to find her wife. Strawberry rhubarb. Missing person report? Sure. I mean, she left once. It's not out of the realm of possibility for her to leave again. During the review? Okay, so they do remember, or have they forgotten? That was inconclusive. Main cast, okay. Claire and Maya, of course. Claudine. Karen last. Wait, I said Claire and Maya. Who the fuck is Claire? uh, Never mind. Maya and Claudine are the first, of course. Damn, over half a year. Still hasn't given up, huh? This is a first. She never lived through it. She never got to that point. She was always going back in time. Hot banana! How does she know her address? Is Banana among them, or did she go back to being an actress? Ah, that's a lot of mail. Returned. Banana brought banana bread? Yep, banananciers, sure. Hmm? Okay, fuck's going on? Yep. Isn't this play like made for 8 people? And there's exactly 8 of them? She lost her Glimmer even though Hikari didn't take it. She's going through the exact same thing that Hikari was going through. Yep. All this time she wanted to stand on the stage with Hikari because of the promise they made, but Hikari isn't here. So what became of the promise? Nothing. It cannot be fulfilled, so she no longer has the drive. The glimmer, the spark. But nobody else suffers it. Hmm. You lose it all. Yep. Because Hikari decided to not take it. She didn't want to hurt you like that. Simple as. Yeah, she would have stolen Karen's glimmer as well. That's why she didn't want initially Karen to join. Is she deprived of it, though? She seems to have regained it on her own. The bigger question is, why is Hikari out of Glimmer? Like, sure, she's sulking, she's depressed because her best friend and the roommate left without saying a word. But is that all? Distanto planetto. Is Karen reading? She's reading and translating. Translating it to Japanese. Would you look at that? Can't you just can't you just get a copy in Japanese? I guess by translating it, she spends more time with it, understands every word intimately, and really internalizes what Starlight is all about. That's my guess. Is a fucking goddess living inside the monolith? Is it literal? There's. Hmm. Is there no mention of imprisonment? If there's a literal fucking deity trapped inside of the monolith, I'm gonna lose my shit. Is it Hikari? Is it Hikari that's trapped inside of the monolith? Is that. Is. Instead of the glimmer of everybody around powering the stage through the monolith, it's Hikari alone, who's trapped within, whose glimmer is powering the stage. Is that it? I think it might be it. I think I might be onto something here. Jesus, the whole dorm lit up. Prying open the door to the lair of an elder god where your beloved one is trapped within an ancient monolith. Holy shit. Can you believe that when I started watching it, I was expecting an idol show, maybe with some battle royale themes thrown into it. What's Junna doing here? Okay, it's all of the people or her classmates bringing Karen a little further down the stairs. Yep, there they are. What are they doing there? I have no fucking clue. They just are. Don't you fucking start with your eternal moments, banana. Eternal moment said by anybody else is fine. Eternal moment uttered by banana is fucking scary. Blood is my sword. Bone is my sword, or however the incantation goes. I don't know, never watched Fate. Theater. Oh, I was expecting credits to roll, the ED to start, but apparently not. There's Hikari inside, isn't it? Isn't she? Isn't there? Yep, all the messages that Karen sent. How considerate of the giraffe to put some USB charger on the scene and to keep her phone charged at all times. Is Karen going to literally enter the lair of an elder god? It's a portal to the great beyond. I fully expect it. I fully expect to see a scene not unlike the Library of Babylon in Symphogear. I fully expect to see something like that when she enters. The determination on her face in DD, though. Oh, fly me to the star. Yeah, the sheer determination. A mortal sinner dares touch the stars? A new hand touches the beacon. I was fully expecting Hikari to not be here in this scene. Karen alone stands on the stage of destiny. Yep, it's some fucking white frost land. It is some fucking great beyond. Jesus. Let's go through it again. Shall we? Just let's. Comparing to near the ending, the start, the beginning isn't all that important, honestly. But I'm gonna pull out my highlighters because I think we can cross out a few theories. Simple Gear G, Virgin Road, Revue Starlight. The giraffe is an elder god feeding on Glimmer. I'm still not sure. I'm gonna leave it as is. Hikari takes the Glimmer. Karen regains hers and helps everybody else regain theirs. No, Karen didn't take the. Hikari didn't take the Glimmer, so that gets an orange highlight. Hikari uses her wish to fix everything. Nah, not quite. Well, that's all. That's all for theories. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. Okay, I fully expected to have like 4 pages of theories on Revue Starlight, but apparently not. So let's just continue with this episode. The Glimmer of the Stage Girls belongs to you. Now notice how he specifically says Glimmer of the Stage Girls. There is absolutely no ambiguity that the winner takes all. The winner steals everybody else's Glimmer. Fuel has been added, and the hearth has been lit. So the Glimmer is what powers the stage. I'm guessing figuratively, because the power the viewers, the audience gets from the stage comes from the glimmer of the performance. So that's the figurative meaning. And perhaps even literally, all the machines that create the henshin sequence and their outfits, all that stuff that powers the curtains and the raising stairs and flying islands and what have you, whatever appeared on the stage, all of that probably like literally runs on Glimmer. I would not be surprised in the slightest. But Hikari doesn't want it. So you will provide that on your own? Yes. And yeah, don't you want to see an unpredictable stage? Well, how's that for an unpredictable stage for you? Is that unpredictable enough? It probably is. The giraffe just wants to see the unpredictable. That's probably like exactly what his goals are. Entertainment. Reminds me of Pandemonium from Virgin Road. Wakarimasu, of course. And she gets whisked away into another realm. The Eternal Beach, where Jack Sparrow landed, the land of White Frost, where Siri went, something along those lines. And yeah, Hikari withdrew. Not of her own volition, I'm assuming. Or rather, okay, of her own volition, but I'm assuming it was the giraffe that facilitated it somehow because of the stamp. Also, an interesting thought. If Hikari just said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna go with you. I'm not gonna withdraw. I'm not gonna withdraw." Could she have done that? Would the giraffe just whisk her away against her will, or how does it look exactly? I don't know. And yeah, there is the giraffe stamp. Of course there is. All the documents are ready and stamped. And of course, Karen is panicking, calling, using English, going to the police. But The police isn't going to find Hikari in another dimension. And the list is done. Main cast. Main cast. Claire, Tendomaya, Flora, Saijo Claudine, makes sense. And the goddesses, Dai Banana, Hushimi Junna, Tsuyazuki Mahiru, Isurugi Futaba, Hanayagi Kaoruko, Aijou Karen. Karen in the last. From the second best, she went to the last. 1 month. Karen is still looking, still searching, still sending messages. Banana, I like this. I like this. That I bet you've never experienced code like this before. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You fucking deity of eternal stagnation, you. Ha ha ha. I bet you never experienced it because you always reverted the time. Ha ha. I like it. I really do. I haven't. You haven't, indeed. Sending letters. I forgot the fucking name for letters. Yeah, sending letters. The most awkward hug returns. Practicing, preparing. But I'm not going to stand on this stage with Hikari. Karen's entire goal, her entire reason to train, her entire reason to go to this school was to stand on the same stage Hikari does. They made the promise that they will stand on the same stage, and they were so close to fulfilling that promise. And then everything crumbled down. Yeah, that's gotta sting. Like, if Hikari didn't come here at all in the first place, it wouldn't have been that bad. Because Karen would just think, okay, I'm gonna finish my school, Hikari's gonna finish her school, she's gonna come back to Japan, or I'm gonna go to her, to London, and we're gonna stand on the stage of some theater, and we're gonna make a play together, we're gonna take part in it, and we're gonna stand on the same stage. Cool. But Hikari arrived here, and the goal, the promise, was at an arm's reach. And then it was just yoinked mercilessly. So is it just me? It might just be colors and color blending and whatnot, but it seems to me like this Glimmer Spark is paler than the others. It's probably just the colors, though. I shouldn't be reading too much into it, but just a impression I had. And yeah, Karen lost her spark, lost her glimmer, but it wasn't forcefully taken from her. She just lost it. She's just depressed. She's sad. She's destroyed. Hikari didn't take her glimmer, but she made her lose it. There's a difference, yes, but the end result is mostly the same. Like, sure, if Hikari decided that she wants to go ahead with... there was a bag. Wanted to go ahead with getting the glimmer, she would have taken it from everybody involved. Not just from Karen, but from Maya, Claudine, Junna, Banana, Kaoruko, Mahiru, Futaba, and everybody else. She didn't want to do that. Makes me think if she was actually prepared to do that. And if Karen, by chance, did not join the Revue, was Hikari fully prepared to take everybody else's glimmer, despite knowing what it feels like to lose it? It's a lot of what ifs, though, so we can never be sure. And apparently they have learned somehow that it's a winner takes all. The delight of dancing, singing, acting, happiness or excitement, all of that is lost. How do they learn it? I don't know. Hikari-chan is still deprived of it. I don't know if she is. I don't think she would have been allowed really to participate in the review if she didn't have any glimmer. Right? If it's everybody gives their glimmer and winner takes all, it would essentially mean that Hikari has nothing to lose, and I don't think the giraffe would appreciate that. And not to mention, it seems to me, it's just a vibe I'm getting, that their weapons are kinda embodiment of their glimmer, right? Their glimmer given form, because someone made me notice that Hikari in her old school, in her first review, she was using a sword, pretty long sword. Now she's using a dagger. So sure, she has less glimmer, but she still has some. I'm not entirely sure. Where is she and what is she doing? She's fucking trapped inside of a monolith. Starlight's a sad story about parting, and here's wet. Here's when Karen decided to take it upon herself to translate Starlight into Japanese instead of just grabbing a copy like a normal human being. I guess it did help her cope. It gave her something to do, something to take her mind off. And the light is dark. But then, later on, it starts shining a little. And, would you know? A discrepancy! How could it be? Laura falls from the tower, forever parting with Claire. But in the original, she's trapped. She's imprisoned. Fucking subs versus dubs! Sorry. Sorry, but this is like genuinely something that could have happened in a light novel translated by fucking Seven Seas or something. They would have done it. They would have absolutely done it. Like, I don't know if you heard of it, but Seven Seas is translating and like publishing in the West a manga about a cross-dressing boy falling in love with another boy and them having a cute little relationship. And Seven Seas decided that no, cross-dressing is not a thing. You can't be a cross-dressing boy, you must be transsexual. That boy, that's not a boy. She's a girl. It's a boy that wears feminine clothes. No, that means she's a girl. What a fucking shit show, honestly. So it wouldn't surprise me if Seven Seas actually did translate. She gets trapped into. She fell from the tower and was never seen again. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Just a little bit of a rant, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't translated correctly. Hikari now did. That's why you should rely on fan subs and scanlations. In that tower. Ding, ding, ding. The light shines brighter as realization hits. She lifts her head, stands up, runs. There's light seeping through the windows. There's a lot more energy. There's that added bloom, added light that was absent from Karen's life as we've seen it, right? Notice how all the previous scenes, pretty much all of them, were mostly muted colors, autumn, some leaves laying on the ground. Now, Karen newly found her strength. All the places she was at when she was looking for Hikari. And the light doesn't move. Made to pay for the sin of trying to seize the stars, she was imprisoned in that stage. Where the fuck did you get a crowbar? from. Yeah, it shines brighter than ever. All the building is lit up by Karen's newfound resolve, by Karen's newfound glimmer and spark. Not necessarily a glimmer to be on the stage, a glimmer to be on the stage with Hikari. She knows where Hikari might be, and she reaches for it. And the scene, the stage, the school, the entire school reacts. Just as she lit up, the entire building lights up. And everybody else accompanies her at least a little bit on her way down. We're all sinners. Yeah, now it's Mahiru, Futaba and Kaoruko, Banana, Maya and Claudine. Everybody sees her off until she enters the theater. How did they learn she's here? Doesn't matter. How did they make it here? Doesn't matter. How did some of them make it past the stairs? Doesn't matter. It's all actual and real, but also at the same time very metaphorical and surreal. This entire show is surreal, let's be honest here. And yeah, here's the phone, plugged in. There's 2 more plugs, notice. The giraffe really takes care of the stage and of the comfort of of the performers, I guess. Do you remember the promise we made? Valid for 1 stage girl. Ticket to the stage of destiny. The real, actual stage of destiny. This was nothing. This was the earthen plane stage of destiny. It was the most that this fragile dimension of yours was able to withstand, and your fragile mortal minds. If I were to bring the true stage of destiny, your planet would be doomed and you all would go mad and throw yourselves off the Tokyo Tower. You don't want to know the true stage of destiny. I have seen madness and I am madness incarnate. I can fully imagine the giraffe saying that, except in a much better voice than mine. Also, one important thing I noticed, not important, but interesting. The mention of sinners here, it immediately gave me vibes of Blue Archive. It's a gacha game, maybe you know of it, maybe you don't. On the surface, it's like cute girls doing cute things except with guns, but underneath, holy shit, what hides underneath? Attempts to create an artificial god, an organization named Gematria, Decagrammaton, one of the shards of a machine god, Gematria trying to figure out if the machine god is truly worthy of being a deity. Jesus Christ, it gets deep and it gets weird, and I'm getting the exact same vibe here. As I mentioned, I fully went into it expecting an idol show with a slice of of battle royale, right? Oh, there's the only one top role, the lead role in the play, and we all have to take part in the lead role, and let's do some funny stuff and do a battle royale out of it, where they actually combat and fight for the place at the top to be the lead role. But it gets much deeper than that, and I love it. Someone told me that, yeah, I think someone did tell me, either in the comments or on my Discord, that Revue Starlight is kinda sorta a spiritual successor to Revolutionary Girl Utena. It's the same author for the story, I believe. Maybe even the same studio. Not sure about that. But Revolutionary Girl Utena came first, and from those ideas, kind of, sorta, Revue Starlight was born. I was planning to watch Revolutionary Girl Utena. I even have it on my watch later list on Mal. Had it for the longest time. Would you guys like me to watch Revolutionary Girl Utena? Maybe like after review is done, maybe I'm gonna take like a season of a break from mind-blowing things, and then I'm gonna watch Utena. But would you like me to? Let me know, because if you would, then hey, why not? And yeah, there is something about Lands of White that strikes more than like chaotic lands, at least to me, right? I was expecting it to be a quote unquote pandemonium, a land where pieces of a stage or various stages and I know, amphitheaters, props, and things like that fly around in space without rhyme or reason. Completely a realm of a mad god that the Kirin is. But this is better. There really is something about land of pure color where there is nothing else. Well, there is the toppled Tokyo Tower, sure, but it was really striking when Pirates of the Caribbean did it. It was really striking when The Witcher 3 did it. It was really striking when Virgin Road did it. The Continent of Salt, the blanched area where Mene was rescued from. And it's striking here. There's something about it. There's something liminal, I guess, but also very unsettling. Humans are not used to seeing things like that, right? To seeing those kinds of environments, because they aren't earthen, really. Of course, she remembers that promise. The toppled Tokyo Tower, does it symbolize their toppled promise? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? It's all really metaphorical and surreal, and of course the giraffe fucking understands. Of course it understands, because it's the mastermind behind it all. How could it not understand? I got all excited and jumpy, I'm all sweaty. That was an episode. That was an episode. The beginning of it was fairly not unsuspecting, but fairly like normal, right? Where Karen looks for her lost friend, and that's what you would have expected, right? Exactly. And there was still a hint, maybe not a hint, but there was still some hope that maybe Hikari decided that she can't live with the guilt of fighting Karen, of betraying Karen, and she has to run. That, oh no, Karen will surely no longer want to be my friend. I couldn't bear it. I'm going back to London, kind of thing. That was my initial impression at what's going on. My second idea was that maybe Karen now has, not Karen, Hikari now has to double down on her acting to provide the glimmer that the giraffe requires. That she can't spend her time just, playing around at a school, that she has to literally go from theater to theater to theater and give play after play after play to give enough glimmer for the giraffe to be satisfied. But the reality turns out to be much more interesting. She's literally trapped within the monolith The sinner that tried to reach for the stars. I really did not expect this show to be this deep. I really, really, truly did not. And I love that I was wrong. I really love that I was wrong. There's a lot of shows that I've seen this season that give me this vibe of being far deeper than I would have expected. I guess a lot, too, really. Revue Starlight and Virgin Road. Virgin Road also gives me those vibes where the reality only deepens, and becomes more and more detached from what we as humanity are used to being real. You know, that kind of very surreal vibe, and I'm all in for it. For a moment, I wanted to also mention Symphogear, but honestly, no. This season of Symphogear G, was extremely straightforward, honestly. First season was much more mystical and ephemeral. This season was very straightforward. There is a Power Rangers kind of villain we have to defeat. We go defeat the Power Rangers villain. Everything's cool, essentially. But yeah, Virgin Road and Revue Starlight really gives me those mad, mad, surreal vibes. And I love it. And I hope that in the future seasons, there is also stuff that will satisfy my craving for that. And not future seasons of Revue, because I don't think there's season 2, even like planned or anything like that. I know there's OVAs and a movie, and as I mentioned, we're gonna watch those. Is there anything else that needs to be said? No, I don't think so. I think all that needed to be said has been said. I'm not even gonna make predictions for the next season, for the next episode, because I cannot possibly predict what's going to happen. All bets are off. Honestly, all bets are off. The simplest way would be that Karen just steps into the land where Hikari is, and she's like, Hikari-chan, come back with me. Hikari's like, no, I need to be the martyr. Then Karen says, no, you don't need to be. To which Hikari replies, oh, you know what? I really don't. And they go back. Things like that, of course, like, I don't know, stretched for the length of an entire episode. But I'm assuming it's not going to be this simple. I'm assuming the next episode is really going to go balls to the wall with crazy balls to the wall with surreal balls to the wall with metaphorical. We're going to see all the timelines converge and every single version of Hikari and Karen battle it out in a great spectacle atop the Tokyo Tower or whatever the fuck they're planning. I'm not even trying to predict because I'm aware that I cannot. And yeah, I think that's really gonna be it. I really don't have anything more to say, but maybe you guys do. If so, do tell me down in the comments what you thought of this episode, of my reaction, of my theories. Just leave it spoiler free. There's only like one episode left. Please refrain from spoilers. If you want to spoil things, then Discord is here. I'll also link in the description. There's a Revue Starlight channel where you can use spoiler tags and talk about spoilers. If there's something I maybe missed, maybe some additional context from, I don't know, an art book or what have you, I'm gonna leave it at your discretion. As long as it's not a spoiler, it's fine. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases, not only Revue Starlight, but also Symphogear, Virgin Road, Skeleton Knight in Another World, Tatenusha no Nariagari Season 2, and Spy X Family, and whatever comes next. I'm gonna be streaming when it's the time for the next season. I'm gonna be streaming looking through what comes next season, so you wanna stay subscribed for that so you get notified. Or you can join my Discord where you get notified by a bot whenever I upload or stream, so that's also an option. If you want to support my channel, you can do that on Patreon, link in the description. For $10 a month, you get early access to non-seasonals like Symphogear, like Starlight, Revue Starlight, and for just $1, you get access to Roll on my Discord server, and you also get a place in the credits. And if you don't want to spend money, but still want to support my channel, you can of course do so by sharing my videos, sharing my content, sharing my channel, spreading the word. The word of mouth really helps a lot in channel growth. And I think I shilled what needed to be shilled. So now, that's really gonna be it from me for today. So as always, do all the good stuff. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers. And here's the list of patrons. Only $10 tier because nobody else subscribes at others.